Hello, seventh grade. Yesterday was a beautiful day in the afternoon. It got nice and sunny and warm, and I'm hoping that today is the same way. It is Thursday, April 2nd. It is an A day, and your quote for today is, no matter how difficult and distracting life is, our job is to focus, to work through it, to keep our eyes and our efforts where they belong. So your job today is focus and work through it. So let's get started. So for your agenda, you have DLP, independent reading, vocabulary, read aloud, and independent work time. Let's see. Yesterday was a work day, so today is a mini lesson. It's all about research. I'm actually going to show you an example of what your pros and cons graphic organizer should look like, and then make sure that you have everything done on Friday. Obviously, you have a work day on Friday, so just make sure that you have all that done. Next week, obviously Monday, we have no assignments. We are going to get into our introduction. You will have a work day. Your introduction will be due on the 9th. I will be grading them for a summative grade. So you need to make sure that you have those done. Excuse me. And then you'll notice Friday, you won't have any assignments because it's Easter break. Your conclusion will be due by the 14th. I will be grading them on the 14th. So your DLP for April 2nd will be on forms. Based on some of the feedback that I got, some of you want me to go through the DLP, so there will be a separate video that I will post to kind of go through the DLP and help you out if you have any questions about it. So remember your independent reading time, 20 minutes. Epic, Overdrive, Flipboard, Newsela. Hopefully you have some novels in your house. If not, you let me know. I will send you some. I have a lot. Your vocabulary for today is Quizlet Games. I hope you all enjoyed Kahoot. Unfortunately, right now, a lot of you have not gotten into my classroom on Gimkit, so I'm unable to give you assignments for that. Hopefully next week during our class time, we can all play Gimkit all at once together. So your read aloud, Potty Mouth and Stupid. We're going to be reading 2 chapters today. And then just remember, when you are going through your pros and cons graphic organizer, these are the 2 things that you want to be looking for. So today, I want to teach you that you can rehearse your argument to better prepare for organizing your thoughts and look at the strengths of your argument and what evidence that you still may need. So this is some examples that I wanted to show you. So I have my pros side. I have my con side. I have the source or the article, and then I have right here, I'm going to hide that. Right here, I have what are the arguments for the pros and what are the arguments for the cons, and then what do you want, what does the author want you to believe and understand. So you'll notice that I have 1, 2, 3 pieces of evidence for my con. I have 2 from this article for this con, or this pro, excuse me. But what I really wanted to show you is each of the things that you should have on your graphic organizer. So the first thing that you'll notice is that the evidence is quoted. So I have some evidence, but then I also took quotes and quoted it in there. Okay. The next thing is that my evidence is cited correctly. So I have the author, the year, and the page. Now, obviously, we know that this is an online article. So Right now it's one page. I'm sure that it's a different page, but when you're looking at an article and scrolling down, it always seems like one page. But you'll notice that I have my site is all right here. So my sources are cited on every piece of my evidence. The other thing that I have is a source linked. Now, some of you might have just copied and pasted the link in there. Some of you might have linked the words with the link. So if you were to click on my words, this is a picture, so I can't, it would take you to the source or the article of where I got my information from. And the one big thing that a lot of you have been asking me about is these boxes down here. What are the arguments? What do the author want us to believe or understand? This is where you are analyzing your evidence. So my evidence is up here. I'm looking at all of it and I'm coming up with some sort of way to analyze it. So if I looked at all of my information or all of my evidence for the pro side, I could come up with a couple of sentences, 3 to 5, to explain what it is. So I did that. Parents have the right to decide what their child should be exposed to in education. They have the right and duty to recognize what is appropriate and prepare their child for the decisions that they make. When parents get involved and have minor adjustments based on how they feel, it sometimes causes battles between them and the curriculum. Now, my con side, looking at my 3 pieces of evidence, I've come up with this little analyzation of evidence. Censorship is harmful to schools because it doesn't allow students to have inquiring minds or let them explore the world. They need to be able to look for the truth and reason behind their thoughts. Most of the censorship that happens in school is caused by parents' beliefs or ideas other than their own. Most schools that refuse censoring something do so knowing that it has educational value. Now, this is what it should look like. I'm going to give you some examples of things that are great, but they're missing a few things. So right here, what does the student still need? They have awesome evidence. They have their sources. They have their arguments down below. So they have their analyzation of their evidence up here. The only thing that they need is it needs to be cited correctly. So remember that when you are using a quote, you're using the last name of the author, the year published, and the page number. If it's just a detail, like here's a detail right here, it's the author's last name and year published. You don't have to put the page number for that. Okay. The next one has a ton of information and it's cited. Okay. But the one thing that you need, and a lot of you looking at this, it looks like you have great pros, cons, you have your sources, you started to cite, but you haven't done this part. And I never asked you to do that part yet because I wanted to explain it and make sure that you had your evidence before you did it. So this is where you need to have your evidence analyzed. That is what I'm going to be looking for on Friday. I probably will not grade them until Saturday, just to give you the full Friday to get things all complete. So your independent work time for mini lesson is keep working on your research. Remember to use strong evidence to support your reasons and cite it. So your checklist for today, DLP, do a game on Quizlet, listen to the read aloud, make sure that you have everything done and complete on your pro-con research, organize your work so you can complete it, and read your 20 minutes. Now, for those that need to speak with me, tomorrow is Thursday. Actually, it's today. So my office hours are longer on mini lesson days, 8 to 10 and 12 to 2. Okay. Friday, you only get 2 hours with me instead of 4. Starting next week, I am going to have video chats, and then that could be a way that we could do Gimkit as well. But I want to show you my graphic organizer. So I'm looking up here. I have my name. So I have my topic. Should books be banned in schools and libraries? And then I have my claim. I do not believe that books should be banned in schools and libraries. Okay. So then here is, I only got 4 pieces of evidence on here. I have 2 pieces over here. If I click on my link, it comes up with the link that I actually got. So that's another way that you can do it. Then I have my analyzing. If I go down, here's my next source. Click on my link, the First Amendment in schools. Here are my pieces of evidence that support the pros and the cons. And then here is my analyzing the evidence. Then ban books, procon.org. I have my pro, some evidence, another pro, same with this side. Then I have my analyzing my evidence. The one thing that is different with mine and something that you are going to be doing, and it might be easy for you, I put a link on Classroom, but it's to have your citations. This is your bibliography. So here's my first one, and you'll notice it's in alphabetical order. So my first one is banned books, top 3 pros and cons. Then you'll notice that banning books unfair and ignorant is my second one. And then the First Amendment in school censorship is my third one. Now, if you go to Classroom and you go, I'm just going to go to my first block, class work. If you go down, actually, right here, I have resource links. Click it. Right here, I posted it, citations. If you click it and you copy and paste your website in there after you press website, it will guide you in making your bibliography. So here's my bibliography. It's all done for me. These are my 3 sites. Then all I have to do is copy all and paste it into my graphic organizer, which I did. Okay. So I will make sure that I have this example on Classroom for you to look at. I will make sure that you can get into the citation machine, and good luck. Remember, Google Hangout has been blocked because of inappropriate behavior. So if you need to get a hold of me, you are able to email me, and I will answer all your questions as soon as I can. Have a great day, guys.